YouTube subscribers and Facebook friends. How are y'all doing today? This is my movie review for La La Land, starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. It was an awesome film. I was very impressed. I could see why it swept the Golden Globes this year. It took every award it was nominated for. That's unprecedented. That has not been seen since probably one of the Lord of the Rings films. I know in um, 2004 at the Academy Awards, I think they swept everything they were nominated for. That's You don't see that very often. The film has to be pretty darn good. Um, the last Golden Globes to really sweep the awards was probably either The Revenant. I know they took most of the ones they were nominated for. That was last year, and I think that was the last one. And you don't see it very often. But it was a wonderful film. It takes place in modern day Los Angeles. Emma Stone is an up and coming actress. Ryan Gosling is a jazz musician. He works for a club, which is run by um, J.K. Uh, J.K. Simmons' character. This is done by the director of Whiplash. I, as a person, didn't really care for Whiplash. I didn't care for it. I just didn't like the film. Maybe I need to sit down and watch it again. But this guy does a great story on La La Land. It's about Emma Stone's character who she's wanting to become an actress and she starts falling in love with Ryan Gosling's character, who's a jazz musician, and it tells their story through a musical. It's a modern day musical. Um, the tunes are beautiful. The music, the orchestrations, the dance moves. It's just all of it is just excellent. There's been many years since a musical. I think Chicago was the last one that actually won some awards, and I'm hoping that La La Land will go that route. It was a very uplifting film, very, very, very joyful. I mean, I was sitting there in the movie theater, kind of moving my foot to the music. A lot of classy jazz tunes, a lot of orchestrations, dance moves. I mean, it was a wonderful film. I would give it 4 stars. It's a love story type of musical. I mean, but it's worth going to see. You know, our generation needs more of these type of films. We have a lot of great films out there, don't get me wrong, but they're either manic depressive or, boring historic films. And I love historic films, don't get me wrong. I could sit and watch Pearl Harbor or, some of these. I'm trying to think of a good historic. Snowden was a historic type of film, and it was good. But then there's some of them you're just thinking, really? You wasted money making this type of film? And then they get awards, and they're depressing. But this one was uplifting. This was joyful. This was one of those films you want to go right after you leave the theater, go and buy another ticket, go sit back in there for another 2 hours and watch it again. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it, and I had to unfortunately go to Fort Worth to see it because Weatherford, 18 screens, 2 movie theaters, they can't carry it. I don't know why. But we had to go to Fort Worth to see it. But it's worth the drive. We went to Rave, recliner seats. It's worth it. And we enjoyed it. I would give it 5 stars, the best rain out there. To me, it was better than Manchester by the Sea. And I'm not saying it was better than Hacksaw Ridge. That was a good film. I mean, those are two of my favorite films of 2016. Hacksaw Ridge and now La La Land. Both excellent in every way. La La Land's a musical, modern day musical. Hacksaw Ridge was a military film, and it was a good military film. And La La Land is rated PG-13. It has um, some references that are inappropriate for a younger audience, but the cussing, there's not much cussing in the film. I know some people look at that when they go see a film. The language wasn't that bad. Nothing, I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was a mild PG-13 compared to some other films. I say the rain. I don't usually do the ratings on here, but this did have a PG-13 rating. but barely. It wasn't. It barely got it, and I think it was because one of the characters slipped off the F bomb. And it's kid friendly. I think it's kid friendly in my opinion. And if your teens want a good movie to see, I would take them to see this. It was excellent. It was a good film. I would definitely check it out. 5 stars, and I believe it's going to take the awards this year. That and Manchester by the Sea. I wish Hacksaw Ridge was getting more awards. I think it was better than a lot of the films that did get nominated. But go see it. It's definitely worth the wait, the drive to Fort Worth, and go see it. I don't know how much longer it'll be in theaters, but I give it 5 stars. Go check out La La Land.